It's not No Shave November yet. I feel wrong. It feels wrong having this tiny little goatee. Gray hair and all. So I'm going to shave it off today. The only reason I grew it was because last Monday when I cut myself with a shavette, I wanted to give it a rest. Hopefully it's healed underneath there. I'm sure it has. How are we going to shave today? Well, somebody gave me this idea a while back. They said, why don't you go ahead and try the old brushless Barbasol, the vintage one from the 1950s, and try it up against modern brushless Barbasol. They have both, you know, not just... They don't just have the, you know, the old foam that you all know and love. They also have brushless. So let's go. This is what Barbasol used to be before it became foam in a can like this. And then let's see how it shaves together. I did this in a previous video. Hopefully you go back and watch it. Let's take the tube out and take a look at it again. This thing is beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Vintage 1950s in perfect shape. I already shook it up beforehand because I learned that's the way to do it, to get the cream in there, you know, ready to go, and it's not separated, you know. It's kind of like, you know, shake before drinking. Anyway, so let's see how they shave together. What I'm going to do is put one half of my face with the vintage Barbasol and one half with the modern Barbasol. Both of these are brushless, so they don't foam up, they don't create shaving lather. They're just like a lotion. So let's see how it works. And for the goatee area, I'm going to do half and half, I think. Yeah. All right. So I took a shower, did my hair. Time to shave. Yes. If you didn't watch my previous video on this vintage Barbasol and you're not familiar, this is no brush, no lather, no rub in. You just you squeeze a little bit out and squeeze it from the bottom. This stuff is, you know, 60 years old. You don't have to use a lot. See? I'm going to put it on this side of my face, I think. You just kind of smooth it in. I'm going to put it on half of my little goatee here. You know, it's funny. I still get people that say, what are you shaving? You don't have any hair on your face to shave. It's like, what are you expecting me to have? Oh, my goodness. Anyway, I do kind of like the way facial hair looks on me, but it does bother me. The feel of it, you know? But I have been using the beard oil, the Sterling Island Man beard oil, and it really does help in not itching. So that's good. All right, so here's the vintage Barbasol on the left half of my face. And it's got this medicinal, old-fashioned, like, you know, drugstore smell to it. So I'm going to get that off. And now I'm going to try some of the new Barbasol, sensitive skin, brushless, latherless, and see how that works. See if it looks, let me show you as I squeeze that in. I'm gonna use, it's a lot more solid, you see, because it's brand new. So let's put this on this side of my face. And like I said, a little goes a long way. Now this one smells more like what you expect from modern Barbasol. It's got more of a soapy smell and less of a medicinal, old-fashioned-y, old with an E on the end, oldie-fashioned smell, you know. I prefer the modern smell, but there's something really special about this vintage old Barbasol, you know? I mean, it's rarer than hen's teeth. I've still never found another tube that was available. I've never seen another tube of this stuff. So I'm glad I bought it when I did. I think I paid like $13 for it. And I kept hemming and hawing. It's like, I don't know if I'm glad I did, because it's a lot of fun. I love shaving with old products, you know, new old stock. I love that kind of stuff. All right. So I always seem to start shaving because I'm right-handed. I start on this side. So let's just start. They both look. I mean, you can't tell the difference between the modern and the vintage. Let's see how they shave. You know, see how I'm using the Rockwell today, the 6S with a feather blade. This one is Uncle Grungy, I guess. Look at that shaving scum, soap scum, whatever. If you're familiar with my 1960 Fat Boy, I call him Grandpa Grungy. I guess this is probably Uncle Grungy. A modern Rockwell 6S. Fantastic razor. Fantastic. All right. I'm going to shave up next to my little goatee here. Don't worry, I'm going to do No Shave November, so I will be doing probably a full beard, you know, with the, you know, not just a goatee. All right, let's shave this part off. Feather blade and a Rockwell. I'm going to go lightly. One of the main reasons I don't like having facial hair is when I go to give my kids a kiss goodnight, I feel like I'm poking them, you know, with this. So that's, not only it looks good, can you have a hologram beard? Can you have a beard that looks like you have a beard, but you don't have a beard? Hey, science, could you get on that for me? All right, this is the part that I cut as Martin over in the UK called it my C-section because it was shaped like a little C. Let's see how that healed up. Pretty good. It's hard for me to tell. Now, when I grow a beard, my skin gets real red and splotchy underneath because I don't have really sensitive skin, but my skin does like to break out in you know, kind of splotchy redness every now and then. You know, skin problems run in my family. Luckily, I didn't get anything major, but it still has a tendency to kind of do that. Get all red and splotchy. I'm telling you, this, what is it, you know, 70-year-old Barbasol works as well as the day it was made. It's fantastic. So cool. I love anything that's like a time capsule, you know, like authentically. Like if you go into a house that was built, you know, 100 years ago and they've never updated it and it's still in great shape. I love that kind of stuff. All right, let me take a look here. I'll tell you what, even though this isn't like a really thick goatee, this feather blade and this Rockwell just took it down, no problem. So smooth. Yeah, there's still some slickness there, you know, left over. It doesn't feel dry. This is the vintage Barbasol on this side. It's great. All right, let's try the modern Barbasol on this side. Brushless. So if you have a problem with, you know, using aerosol canned shaving cream, but you still want to use some Barbasol, you can get some of this. Buy it online. It's like $2. It's super cheap. Crazy. I bought it at my local Walgreens. Thanks to everybody for letting me know what the UK equivalent of Walmart is. So now I'm a little bit smarter. I hope. All right. Yeah, this one, as I'm shaving the modern brushless Barbasol, it smells much more like the what you're used to, that kind of clean, classic Barbasol scent. All right. Hey, I've only got half of a goatee left. Yeah, that's gray hair there. Yeah, I know. It's okay. I'm embracing it. I feel like I've gotten to that point in my life. I'm almost 50 years old. I can start reveling in old age, right? I didn't even realize it, but I'm past middle age now, unless I live to be 100. I'm going to live to be 100 now, so I'm middle age, right? Yeah, let's do it. Stay positive. All right. I got to be honest with you, that vintage Barbasol is a little bit slicker than the modern stuff. A little bit. They knew how to make things and build things in the past that would last, and obviously this Barbasol tube, this vintage stuff, was kept very well. Like it wasn't like out in somebody's shed in the backyard. I wonder where it was. I wonder where it spent its life. Maybe it was in the back of, you know, the stock room of some old drugstore somewhere in the Midwest. I tell you, it was a little bit easier to shave this side with the vintage Barbasol than this side to get that hair off. But still doing a good job for both. There we go, smooth again. There's still some slickness on both sides. And I'm getting the mix of vintage smell and modern smell. I wish you guys could smell it. It's just one of those things, you know? All right, I'm gonna put some more warm water on my face. And what should I do? I guess I'll do the same. I'm gonna flip-flop this time. I'm gonna put the vintage Barbasol on this side. I got a big tube. This is the mammoth tube, as it says right there in the end, mammoth tube. So I got a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna use it up, baby. I mean, that's what it was made for, right? To be used. This stuff, let's do this. Let's look at it side by side on my finger. So there's the vintage stuff, and I'm gonna put the modern stuff on my ring finger, and we'll see what they just look like side by side. This is much more solid, the modern stuff, and a little bit whiter colored. So there you can tell the difference, the vintage and the modern. That's what they look like. All right, I'm gonna try to gingerly keep them separated. Smear the vintage on this side. There we go. And the modern on this side, you can tell it's a lot thicker. Probably because of its age. Yeah, I'm getting this weird mix of soapy and medicinal. It's kind of interesting. I actually emailed some folks, my friends over there at Barbasol, and asked them if they were ever thinking about doing a shaving puck, you know, like a solid shaving cream you could use a brush with. But I don't think that's in their plan right now, from what they said. But you know, maybe sometime. Get in on the wet shaving vintage kind of bandwagon deal. All right, cross the grain over here. I don't talk much when I'm blowing my cheek out there to try to raise the whiskers out, you know. You know, it's funny, like I mentioned, people in comments. Now, I know the camera doesn't pick it up, and I know that people have different ideas of how much facial hair is a lot, or, you know, whatever. But it seems so funny, you know, when people say, what are you even shaving? There's nothing to shave. And I'll get comments. I got a comment just the other day from a 17-year-old who had been watching my videos and was intrigued by shaving with a safety razor, and told his dad, and by his own admission he said he doesn't have much facial hair, and he told his dad that he wanted to get a safety razor. And his dad said, well, you don't have any facial hair to shave. It's like, well, just let him shave whatever he's got. It's okay. You don't have to, there is no bar to be set for when you can and can't shave. It's up to you. It's up to each man, woman, and child. It's up to you. So if somebody's trying to tell you you shouldn't be doing that because you don't have enough of that, maybe don't listen to them. You know, give them some, try to figure out where they're coming from, what the deal is, why they feel the way they do, and then just go ahead and do it. You're not hurting yourself. You're learning, you know? Frivolous, perhaps, but how many things in life are frivolous? I mean, we need frivolity, right? That's what, literature and art, music. We don't need any of those things, right? But we do need them. I do. I thrive on that stuff, art and reading and music, especially music. All right. That's my little civics lesson for today. Is that civics? I don't know. I never took a civics. So I got a couple little nicks here because my skin is probably a little more sensitive because I haven't shaved in a week. It's only been 7 days, but this is feeling good. I mean, both sides, now that I've mixed them. Third pass, I'm mixing them. You saw the little cogs going. You saw what I was figuring out. One more pass, just one more. I don't need to do this pass because this is pretty slick. One more pass, we're mixing. All right, just a little bit of the vintage and just a little bit of the modern. The past and the present come together as one. Let's mix them up here. Let's mix them up. There they are. The marriage of the two. Interesting smell. That medicinal smell takes over. Yeah, this is artisanal Barbasol I'm creating here. It's locally sourced, artisanal. All that stuff. Oh my goodness. All right, third pass. I'm just gonna do touch-ups because I did get a couple of nicks here, so I will be using my alum block here in a minute. I got some nicks. Very slick, man. This brushless Barbasol is very slick. I know a lot of people complain, oh, that shaving cream in a can is not very slick and it's dry. It's like, well, maybe, but This stuff was like, you know what, through a goose. Somebody said in my the Shavette video that I dropped an F-bomb. Did I drop an F-bomb in that? Did I not realize that I did, or what? Don't go back and look, because I don't ever want to cuss, but if I did, I don't remember doing it. Or something. I don't know. So I apologize if I did. I don't ever want to, you know, if you want to hear somebody cuss, there's plenty of people out there you can hear cuss. You don't need me to hear me doing it too. All right, get underneath the nostrils here. Yeah, I got a few little nicks. I probably shouldn't be shaving this much on this side. But it's not a bad cut. All right. All right, there we go. That's enough. That's enough. The mix of the two worked. Okay, got to get the alum block in. I'm going to wash my face off. Cold water. Sometimes just a little cold shock of cold water will make your skin kind of seize up and stop some of the smaller, more minor nicks that you might get. Okay. I do like the smell of that vintage Barbasol. I don't know what that scent is. The ingredients in it are, active ingredients are lanolin, hydrogenated vegetable oil, petrolatum, is that how you pronounce that? Petrolatum, and boric acid, made in Indianapolis, Indiana. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't mention a fragrance. All right. So, alum block. If you don't know what an alum block is, Google it. It's an astringent. It will make your skin kind of tighten up and stop any little nicks in your face. I'm gonna put some water on my cheeks and then get the alum block wet too, and you just kind of drag it around. And it will burn. Oh, it will burn a little bit. That's okay. Try not to get it in your lips because it dries out. It dries out things. It makes it feel like you like been sucking on a lemon or something. It's like, ugh. So I'm rubbing it. Yeah, I can tell that my skin underneath the hair growth is more. Can you see that? How it's kind of reddish? Yeah, that's what my skin does when I grow facial hair, which is another reason I don't grow facial hair, because that means it itches, right? Okay, let's see. Did that stop them? So what you do is you do that, you leave it. When I let it dry, I kind of like leave it on the. It comes in this little. This stuff is, what is it? Gentleman John alum block. Got it off Amazon for like $6. I don't even know. I just let it dry like that, and then I put it back in its box. All right, wash my hands off. So let the alum sit on there for a minute. There's a little nick right there, but I'm going to deal with that later. And what am I going to use for aftershave? Well, I can't do this entire Barbasol thing and not use Barbasol Aftershave. The brisk is going to burn. It's going to burn, but that's all right. Okay. Has the alum been on there long enough? Yeah. Boy, yeah, really. Really, it's almost like, see that? My skin wasn't ready for No Shave November. And neither am I. But I'm going to tough it out. Put on my big boy pants. All right. Wash the alum off. Dry it off. And then the Barbasol Aftershave. Here we go. Another classic kind of barbershop scent. You know, there's probably several different, what you would class a barbershop scent, and this is one of them. It's burning a teeny bit, but I think the alum helped. It burned already. So. You ever seen a match burn twice? That's an old trick. Don't do it. All right, let me wash off my hands here and look around. I always have to like do this look around to see, have I forgotten anything? I don't think I have. Still a little nick. I'll take care of that in a minute. You don't need to see that. But that's it. Well, I would have to say that they are very, except for the scent, they're very similar in how they shave. I mean, this 70-year-old stuff right here and this modern stuff, they smell differently. They look different. I I just love this. It's a metal tube, you know, the old school metal. This is plastic, of course. But anyway, so there we go. That's what it was like. It worked well. Here's the anniversary edition. I got, like I said, I got all these things right here. So I have to take them out of the medicine cabinet to put my phone in. I'll show you my shaved end coming up soon, or it's not really a shaved end, it's just a drawer and a medicine cabinet really. But I'm gonna have to wipe all the toothpaste spatter off. You know, you brush your teeth and it gets on the mirror. I don't want you to see that, that's gross. All right, yeah, feels good, smooth, not irritated. I mean, my skin's a little red around here because I grew a goatee for a week. I'll be able to kiss my kids again without fear of poking them on their tender cheeks. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining me. I hope that was interesting for you as it was for me. That was interesting. I love using this stuff. I'll probably have another one of these where I put this up against the phone. You never know. I'm always trying to find something interesting to keep you guys watching and not getting bored. Anyway, thanks everybody. Have a great week, and I'll see you all on Friday. Bye.